And YouTube looks like it's live. Good morning, YouTube friends and followers. It's David, 31st of March, the last, 31st of May, the last day of the month. And May is always a very special month for me in my life for lots of reasons. But today, I would like to share a current postcard marketing campaign that I'm actually preparing as we speak. And it is going to be an integrated effort for things for the marketing and sales value trust system to be put into action in the Columbus, Ohio market. Stepping back for a moment, for the last over 4 years, I have been doing my testing, researching, data, collecting data points for business, for the business market here in Cincinnati, where I am currently, I've lived here for 38 years now and went to college here. But the for some very disturbing reasons to me personally, uh, the the system will not be launched here in Cincinnati, but rather launched in Columbus. Columbus is about 125 miles from where I am sitting right now. In the retail world, Columbus, Ohio has always been a test market for retail ideas. Many of the places, retail establishments that you use in whatever, whichever the 387 metropolitan statistical areas in the United States where you live, you probably are shopping at a store in many cases that tested in Columbus, Ohio. So that's what we're going to do. And let's get right into the concept. A little bit about myself and postcard marketing. You heard me say that I've been doing it for a long time, but in the years 1984 and 1985, I brokered literally millions of postcards, different formats, but millions of postcards in markets all across the country, but many of them in the Midwest specifically. But postcards have always been a fascinating means of communicating with the consumer, with the business, whatever your objective might be. And I have enjoyed it because it allows me to develop a story, a business story that is pertinent, ties right into why I am sending the postcard. So let me share with you what we're going to be doing. I have been using this format in the Cincinnati market for probably 6 or 7 years now, and this was specifically for me and the marketing and sales of Dreaming with Entrepreneurs LLC and the various projects that Dreaming with Entrepreneurs LLC have been engaging. So on the front side of the card, I call it the front side of the card, thanking you for 19 minutes of your time. That was a theme, marketing and sales theme brand that I did in 1978. And it had there's a purpose for doing it back then, and it worked. It worked extremely well. It went way beyond the expectations of myself, and so I wanted to use the concept again, thanking somebody for their time. There are zillions of ways that folks can use their time, decide how they're going to use their time. And when it comes to uh, business, marketing, and sales, that's really what my objective in wanting to reach those folks. So, in this first card that I tested, the concept in Cincinnati, um, I asked the question: is your new world creative marketing sales strategy simple, yielding efficient marketing spend ROI, return on investment? With a very simple comment that mine is. Um, it started to build the brand, the value that I would bring to the marketplace in this particular project, and beginning to establish the level of trust, because a consumer, a business, is not going to make a buying decision with me unless there is an element of trust that I will do what I say, deliver what I say I'm going to deliver, and if I don't, and this is very important, if I don't, uh, folks will have the opportunity to contact me directly, and share what's ever on their mind. Uh, any anybody, any one of the 10,000 plus folks that get involved with Project 10,000, uh, they will be given a unique one number phone number, which I'm going to be buying a smartphone, not a very expensive smartphone. The only thing that we will be doing with that phone is receiving text messages from anybody who is involved in the community, whatever their level involvement is, and that's going to be a fun project. So, do you factor on this side? Do you factor lifetime value in your marketing and sales strategy? And on this particular project, I was um, asking folks to visit mylegacystory.site with this QR code, that if they scanned it, they would go directly to the site where I would tell the whole story. Uh, it just so happens that that site no longer exists. My legacy story does, but that particular site where we were generating and driving traffic does not exist. So in the center of the card, I would ask a compelling question, something that I know would get their attention. And if they want to have a conversation about that question, obviously go to the site. Um, something compelling, and then of course the address to whom it was going. That was the general format that I use as I was testing and researching certain ideas, certain thoughts that I had. So right now, I literally at this moment am working on a marketing and sales concept to deliver to the Columbus, Ohio market. And it my testing, all the things that I been doing for the last 5 years, I will use the best thing, the things that work the very best, which included um, uh, creating. Well, we created videos. Um, all different. It depended upon the project because I've been testing a lot of different ideas. So this particular one, as I said, I will thank them for 19 minutes of your time. And you'll hear why in a moment. Present at the very top of this card a very compelling question, something that I know will get their attention, about Project 10,000. And right in the center of the card, there will be a QR code uh, of a video going directly to a video that I am creating right now. So folks will be driven right to that video, and simultaneous with sending out um, the postcards. And I will probably send out 250 postcards. So I will identify in the Columbus market 250 companies uh, or business entities, not just a company. Uh, you'll hear more about that in a second. And we have something to offer those entities that will be told in a video, and that I'm even playing with the idea of maybe having 2 videos that tie the concept together, but not that far along yet. And then on this side, with bullet points, very simply stated, and in as few words as possible, what Project 10,000 is all about. If you have been, well, you've heard about it for probably the last almost 2 months now, about Project 10,000. And there is a very direct opportunity for business entities to make a marketing and sales investment. Uh, well, let me step back for a moment. Let me step back and say, what does Project 10,000 actually mean? Uh, I will digitally publish and produce, live stream produce, digitally publish in the same ways or new ways that I find uh, now, uh, 10,000 marketing and sales value trust stories. Just as I have to bring value uh, to the marketplace supported by trust, those are the kinds of stories that I will be developing with 10,000 business entities. Many of them will be, uh, well, they'll be large corporations, large organizations. There will, however, there will be many uh, individuals, one on one, that will be getting involved with the project. And uh, they might not have the connection to one of the businesses that we would be targeting with the program. Uh, so I have created a program for individuals. Let me finish defining the corporate, uh, the business that can invest $75,000, $50,000, or $25,000. One of those three amounts. There are different levels of what they get as a return on their investment, but the ultimate objective of the system that we will be putting into any of the 387 MSAs in the country. The system will be localized. I mean, I have developed the framework, and as we go into individual markets, it will be localized to what is happening in that market. So as we build the local markets, develop the local markets, there is a bigger community that is also being established. And it is extremely important that when any business entity makes an investment, a marketing and sales investment, that they are able to create the maximum number of customer care touch points. This is I didn't introduce this concept, but I used it very aggressively from 1994 to 1999 in the insurance industry, and we were creating customer care touch points, because each one of those touch points that's created represents an opportunity to take that customer or whomever is being targeted, take them to enhance the lifetime value of that entity with the entity that is making the investment. Creating the maximum number of customer care touch points that will translate into enhanced lifetime value of those customers, of those entities. And for the $75,000 investment, I will guarantee personally a minimum of 175,000 touch points, customer care touch points. And for the $50,000 marketing sales investment, I will guarantee 150,000 customer care touch points, a minimum customer care touch points. And the $25,000 investment, it's being structured a little bit differently. It will, for sure, and I will guarantee it generates at least 50,000 customer care touch points. So it's a exciting concept that I have researched and tested here in Cincinnati, and looking to any market, specifically Columbus, to install the system, if you will. So I've spoken about the business entity, the individual. How will they achieve these touch points? What are the various things that are going to be done to make that happen? They will a $75,000 investment will have 2 Saturdays, every Saturday, Small Business Saturday, consecutive ones. The first one will be a conversation between myself and the entity to really define the value and why trust should be placed with the entity. We'll do that on the first Saturday. Then we'll spend the next week generating at least 25 marketing and sales value trust stories. The entities will be chosen by those entities that make the original investments. They'll pick the 25 that they want to co-produce with me to share the story of that business entity. So that'll it'll be 8 days of potential activity in that market where that investment is made. In with a $50,000 investment, the entity will have one Saturday, every Saturday, a small business Saturday, and will tell the story and begin to tell the stories of the other 25 entities, business entities that co-producer of mine determines. They will determine who those 25 will be, and then and the guarantees and those things are put in place in each one of those, and then the $25,000 investment will be one company, one business entity, and I've created a special thing, panel discussions of the various aspects of value and trust in that particular marketplace. And then it needs to be mentioned that the postcard that I am developing for myself will be an option in each one of those markets, in the projects in those markets. It will be an option. They determine if they want to do it based upon what I've been able to establish for my Dreaming with Entrepreneurs in the testing that I have done. So I guess I pretty much, and then they'll have the address of the individual. Oh, I am creating a list of 50 businesses in Columbus. They are community banks, attorneys who have law offices, basically large practices in Columbus, CPAs and accountants that have practices in those markets would be a third category. A fourth category is going to be foundations. I have developed a very special fundraising opportunity for foundations to get involved with the project. I don't want to go into detail right now on that, but if you are in a foundation or know somebody who is, or has some kind of affinity relationship with a foundation, let that foundation know that the opportunity is available. And the way for folks to best communicate with me, the mass folks that will be communicating, is using my email address. That's dleopold@davidsbarter.com, dleopold@davidsbarter.com. And just tell me what it is that we need to communicate about. And anybody who takes the time to send me an email, they will get a response. I can't commit to the timeliness of those yet, because it's not going to be artificial intelligence. It's going to be my own intelligence. And so I expect lots of emails to be happening. As a kind of a summary to direct mail, postcard marketing, I wanted to share an article, an email that I got this week, just a couple days ago, from the largest printer. I believe they're the largest printer of postcards in this country. I have been following them for years, lots of years, and their CEO is very, very dynamic. Joy has been in the market building Postcard Mania for 20 years now. And so I've been following very closely, as I said, because I've been mailing postcards for more than twice that amount of time. And I was certainly interested in seeing what new ideas and new technology, and they do a wonderful job of integrating current day technology with traditional postcard marketing. That's one thing that I've never invested in their services personally, but I've been following their company very closely. So this week, Joy came out with a newsletter, and she had 5 points about things that you should be thinking about when you mail postcards. And I wanted to share those with my editorial comment on each one of them. So number one, and I don't know if she necessarily prioritizes these, but her number one was double the quantity of postcards you mail. Now, in her business, it's about numbers. It's how many numbers can you reach for whatever amount of money that you have budgeted for that marketing and set marketing sales investment. And that number changes literally from every company to the next. You heard me say that I will be purchasing for Columbus because that's the personalized objective that I have, defining that market. I will send a minimum of 250 postcards. I'm sure 250 postcards working in conjunction with a video email concept that I tested very, very successfully. Integrating those two will come up with a very powerful statement, marketing and sales value trust statement from Columbus, Ohio. So definitely looking forward to that. So number one, she had double the quantity of postcards. It all depends on what the marketing objective is, whether or not you need to double. Basically, Joy was saying that when you double the amount of postcards that you send, I make double the amount of money. She did very, very importantly share how she did use postcards in building her postcard business. And she says, my first full year in business as Postcard Mania, our revenue was $689,000. She did, in fact, double the amount monthly. She mails postcards monthly. She doubled the amount in the second year and generated revenue in excess of $1.5 million. And in the third year, doubled it again by doubling. That's interesting how it's double, double, double. Well, that's why Joy doubled the postcard mailing and return investment big time for her company. She built her company on this concept, so she know it works indeed. Okay, point number 2 was mail your postcards to a different mailing list than you might be accustomed to. Once again, that's a very, very specific concept, because the list that should be used for whatever it is that you want to share the value with the marketplace is, and not enough thought, as I've spoken with people over the years, really goes into what the best list might be. I know what it is for me because I create the lists and I do my research. I research every single company with certain data points before I will mail that company, because when I do mail that company, in Cincinnati, I was testing an hour of time with each mail package for a company. So I was spending an hour creating that package for that company, personalized to what I thought their marketing and sales challenges were, based upon what I saw them doing in the marketplace. That's how I made that evaluation. And then I would spend, in most of the cases, I think I did it maybe a dozen times. I spent probably, I think, about $11 each package. Of course, it was based upon weight, and it wasn't that heavy of a package. $11, which was certified mail, return receipt, and then what that means is that when that piece of mail reaches the company destination, somebody has to sign for that piece of mail, and that person will sign a green card, which will be sent back to me, so that I know my mailing package has indeed been received in that company. But I learned some very, very trust kinds of things in my testing here in Cincinnati that I will not go into at this point in time. But determine, in this bullet point, mail your postcards to a different mailing. Joy says living within 5 miles of your practice. That number could differentiate, and in fact, probably my biggest mailer that I brokered for back in 1984, 1985 was a convenience store that had 750 stores. And, I knew them by zip code, but I can't remember by market. There are probably 7 markets, 750 stores in 7 markets. And that's how we geared who we were mailing. So we mailed 5,000 homes around each of the convenience stores in any direction, 5,000 homes. Typically, you could get 5,000 homes in the same zip code where that convenience store existed. So that was a pretty simple process to figure out 5,000 homes. And in the convenience store business, 5,000 homes, at least in their business, 5,000 homes represented a postcard mailing. So they could do different things with the different stores. They could take an item or 2 items or 3 items that they specifically wanted to market out of that store and sell out of that store, and use the postcard to define that story. And it worked extremely well. They mailed, oh my goodness, in those 2 years, I'll bet, 3, 12, they probably mailed approaching 20 million pieces of mail. They weren't all postcards. Most of them were, but they probably mailed 20 million pieces of direct mail to the homes around their 750 convenience stores. Okay, so that's about the list. List is extremely important. If you mail a wonderful story to the wrong list, it's not going to work. Catch some of the 95% of leads who visit your website. I'm not going to spend too much time on that particular item because that has never been, I've never tested it. I don't know what that means. It's an important concept. If you can capture 90% of the postcards that you send out with leads to your website, they went to your website to do something, you've got an extremely successful campaign. 95% might be a very high number. I'll tell you what I did though, and it will be working into the project concept. I created a video email. I created a list of 100 business entities. In my case, half of them, 50 of them were cyberspace relationships that I had. 50 of them were local boots on the ground, main street names and addresses on that list. And I had a very special way that I emailed them that I will not share because it worked well. The reason, well, when I see the number 95% catch some of those leads, 95% at least of the folks that received my email opened it. And I had an email. I had a service that was tracking the response rates and the time they opened it. It was an extra concept that I had, and it was consistently in the 90s. The email was opened, and in many cases, at about the same time, each time it was mailed. I probably did at least a dozen video emails where I created a video on a specific concept, just like I'm doing right now. What I'm doing right now could be a marketing and sales video. I could create with the YouTube URL that will be created. I could create a URL, a QR code, put it on the postcard, send it out. It's going to, well, that's basically what's going to happen when it happens. And point number 4, add Google Ads to generate 400% more response to your marketing. I will not touch that number at all for the following reasons. I am hardcore Google. I know Google works. It has been working successfully for me for 17 years since I did my first YouTube 17 years ago. And I know that Google has worked for me because about 8 or 9 years ago, they created my own algorithm. They sent me an email saying, henceforth, now and forever, Google will know you as David F., small biz David in quotation marks, Leopold. And it was an amazing thing. And I did that. And here's why I'm saying that. I did that without spending any money on Google Ads to make that happen. I did it because I'm a direct marketer, and I did it with what I call organic marketing. We don't spend money. We test it to see what makes it work, and then continue on because it worked. That's essential. So Google. I mean, I get lots and lots of Google ads myself every day from the various things that I do. Uh, Joy may have been a little bit zealous there with the 400% more response to the marketing. It's possible. Yes, it's possible. If you had 4 responses and you did the mailing and got 16 responses, you would have a 400% response increase. So yes, it can work. If it always worked the big numbers, there would be lots of folks spend lots of money all the time, which maybe they are. I don't know. And number 5, Joy's 5th point in direct mail: reach 68% of adults where they spend about 50 minutes per day. And the answer to that was Facebook. 68% of adults spend 50 minutes per day on Facebook. I guess those numbers are well, it doesn't matter. It does not matter, because I can tell you from experience, because I am publishing on Facebook virtually every single day, either something in writing, something I've written, or a video almost every day on Facebook. So I know how the technology works. But what Facebook does, and I study it closely to try to figure out how they do it and why they do it, is that they will create algorithms, some algorithms that were driving traffic to my site, Facebook, are no longer, well, they're not, it's not doing that anymore. So in fact, any new folks that are coming to our Facebook community, they are doing it organically. Well, I still know that there's some technology at play driving traffic of unreal people. So if unreal people are coming in or in my Facebook friends and followers, if they're not real, what difference does it make what the number is? But what statistic I did read this week, this data came from a reliable source. Well, I don't know about the Zuck was smiling and pointing, and there are 1 billion Facebook users every month doing something in Meta, I should say, not just Facebook, but in Meta, which is Instagram and Messenger, and uh, uh, they have their hands in WhatsApp, all kinds of things. But it doesn't, that part of it doesn't matter either. But there are supposedly 1 billion users per month to one of the Meta technology platforms. Interesting. Joy says 2 billion monthly users. Well, her email came out before I read the 1 billion, so maybe there was an upgrade. Maybe there was artificial intelligence created that. Okay, so going to, in fact, be using integrated techniques to drive the marketing and sales of the Project 10,000 publishing and developing 10,000 marketing and sales value trust stories. Extremely important in today's business market. Last week, I guess the week ago already, I offered, and I continue to offer to the next 25 people that send an email to dleopold@davidsbarter.com. dleopold@davidsbarter.com. If you send an email of why you want these two books, this is a book. This is my book that I wrote and edited and worked with a printer myself to do all this fancy stuff. And 18 years ago, 2007, I created this book in 100 days. 100 days from the time I started to build the 749 questions with 1,000 keyword indexes. My keyword index, whereas the content, the questions, many of the questions that I had back in 2007 are no longer pertinent in today's market. And however, the keyword index is basically when you go to Google, or you go to your favorite AI technology, and you put in some keywords to create whatever it is that's being created. And if I can believe everything I read every day, there are millions and millions of new AI creations every day. And you've heard me say it before. I believe that the AI market, the AI technology that is doing whatever it's doing to the business world, is creating a level playing field for business, which can then benefit the very smallest of businesses, the one person operation. There are millions of one person operations or two people operations in this country. I know that. I have been basically a one person operation for probably close to 53 of the 55 years. I had some organizational support, but I was one person doing the things that I do. So AI technology is creating, in my mind, in my opinion, a level playing field. And one reason why I can make that statement is that I am using two different AI technologies. I'm using Google's AI technology, and I'm using a company called Magai, Magai. Dustin, if you're watching, uh, I know Dustin and I started communicating probably about 11 years ago, and I've always been very, very interested in what he does. He's got a very, very creative marketing and sales mind, along with his wonderful developing technology skills that he has. And so he has created a very, very powerful AI technology tool. I will personally endorse it, Dustin. But I'm using that myself because as I present some concepts, I want to see what AI technology can dig deeper, and that's what they're doing. They're digging deeper into databases to get information. That's what AI is all about. The databases that are being developed, the large learning machines that are being built, and then a technology like Magi to go into, and actually, um, to that point, Magi, I think Dustin uses at least a half a dozen databases in his AI tool, and that's why he's doing a wonderful job, and that's why he will. I just publicly said in a a LinkedIn statement, or maybe it's Facebook, that uh, there is no doubt in my mind that Dustin can take whatever he's doing to the next stage. And that's what business is all about, being able to go to that next stage. So I wrote this book 2007. I participated in this book project in 2010, and I was very honored to be on the cover of this book with the individual who has been my absolute number one life and business mentor for the last close to 25 years, Brian Tracy. And I wrote chapter 23 in the book. I'm not sure exactly what Brian's number was, but it was under his umbrella, if you will, that the book was published. And there's actually a picture of Brian and myself. Through the project, I had an opportunity to go one-on-one with Brian for 45 minutes. And as I told him, his interest was, well, what are you doing? What's it all about? And as I explained the objectives of my legacy story and dreaming with entrepreneurs, Brian, in the book that he signed, David, there are no limits, was the entrepreneurial message that Brian Tracy sent to me that day. I've lived with that. There are no limits. We are only limited by the creativity of our minds. So if you can keep creating, you will go on forever. So these two books, to the next 25 people that send me an email saying why they think they should have these two books, I will take the 25 that I find most entertaining, and I will send them the books. And as important in getting the books, that those individuals will have the opportunity to get on a private email list of mine that I will maintain forever till I can't anymore. And they will be able to ask any questions from the book, or any questions that they generally have themselves, what they should do, and essentially what needs to be done to get to the next level. And I will share that information. And if I don't feel comfortable, well, if I haven't had a direct experience in what it is that is of interest to you, I will not personally get involved in that beyond potentially telling your value trust story. So you'll have lifetime email access to me. I guess whatever is on your mind. I cannot control the emails that you send to me. I can only control the email response that I send to you. That's going to be it. And thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you for 54 minutes and 40 seconds of your time today. I hope it's been as fun for you as it has for me. I hope that you were able to take away from the conversation at least one topic that one concept, one idea that will help you define what next steps should be. And maybe the next time we meet, who knows when it will be, but maybe the next time will be the very best time. And as always, do what you love and love what you do. Enjoy your day.